Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 8 here of the Calendar Season League. We are coming to you from the Circuit de Paul Ricard here in, well, I was going to say sunny France, but it doesn't appear very sunny today. We've just started qualifying, we're a few minutes in. We have no times on the board just yet, so you've not missed any action. A couple of people out on track. We're going to start on board with positive vibes as we do a little ride along on a flying lap here. Some of you have not been around in F1 for as long as I have. This circuit used to be used in the 1980s and not much has changed. If you go through turn 1 and turn 2 and then a little bit of acceleration, this kink here isn't a turn, but it does come up to turn 3. It's this tie around a little bit off the apex there into turn 4, long left hand into, just flows into turn 5, and then you get your foot down and little lift off here into 6. And then you get the power down as you head onto the back straight. The straight is the only part that has changed over the years from the original circuit, with the addition of this little chicane you are about to see. Other than that, it is the same as it used to be in the 70s and 80s. As you go left and then tight right, a little bit off the apex again, but then you get that foot down. He's a bit out of shape there coming off that. And now going down towards turn 10, or Rainbow Road as it has been nicknamed. As this no left, raw, long right-hander. And then goes into an ever-tightening turn 11, sort of a double apex, but still tightens up nicely towards the end just to catch you out if you carry a little too much speed into it. Turn 12 is sort of a carbon copy of 11, just a bit tighter. Turn 13 is just a flat, long right, which, excuse me, flows into turn 14, late apex, left-hander here. And there you go, just missing the apex, but still nice and tidy. Turn 15, a tight hairpin, and then it's a straight squirt, keeping left towards the line. DRS wide open, 2 DRS straights on this track, and there we go. Positive vibes will set a time that's already been beaten by Wout. Wout, for those of you remember, was the winner last time out here in Canada, closely followed by Frank Honda and Unity, so we'll be keeping an eye on those. Frank Honda and Unity are teammates, as you can see, and they are currently absolutely dominating it in the Constructors' Championship. Well, they're dominating the Drivers' Championship. Frank Honda is on 154 points. I'd say just behind him. Unity is on 64. Kiwi's just behind them, however, on 61. Max Thorne, 57. Wow, 56. So good battle forming in there. As Frank Honda looks to get a little bit of slipstream here off Wow, who has done a flying lap, but taking it easy. Gets right out of the way. Frank won't mind that at all. Nice bit of extra slipstream going down that back straight. Going to be happy with that as well. Flies on straight. Further down, just below Wout in the Drivers' Championship, you've got Xerox Tom, Rexon. A few people I'm going to say aren't actually here, but I'm just reading off the list. Rexon on 39. Positive Vibes 35. On 34, you've got Wild Wolf 1. Siki on 28. Yorn on 27. And Vin and Lucky One on 20. So there's a few other drivers a bit lower down, but we are focusing here on the qualifying. Well, still holds the fastest lap if we just look at the splits here. So Wow is 0.6 clear of his teammate, but there's still what Frank Honda can do. Everyone on the ultra softs at this precise point in time, and Frank Honda goes fastest, but only just, mind you, by nearly 0.07 of a second there for Frank Honda. Great lap in the end for him. A couple of people haven't actually put in a lap yet. Further down you can see Styx has been out, but invalidated his lap early on. Very easy to do here in France due to the massive amount of runoff space you have. Let's have a look then at Frank Honda's teammate Like a One as he locks up going through turn 12. That's not going to do him much good. And he's going to be after a 130. He needs to get some points here. But to do that he needs to get up towards the front of the grid. And I don't think he's going to be that competitive. He's already at 28 seconds, 29, 30, 30.4. I'm wrong, he is still third at the moment. But as this track evolves, those times are going to start coming down as Lucky Walnut is trying to evolve a little bit of track of his own. And that appears to be the outside of turn 13. Must have made a little mistake and put the gas down a little too early coming off for 12 and just slid on by. So the first salvo of laps have been put out. Positive Vibes was the first one out, so Styx and Siggy have put in laps. Oh, I thought he was going to hit the wall there, that was close. Sticky and Styx have put in 2 laps on those sets of ultra softs, as Max is on sticking on set as super softs. But if he's going to do that, he needs to beat a 30.9. It is possible. Max does have some pace. However, he does have a bit of inconsistency when it comes to the actual race. And let's see who's just exited the pits. Out Positive Vibes has exited. No. Sticks is on his way in. Sicky's on his way in. Positive Vibes is on a fly. We've been with him already. Let's go and have a look at Phalos Gaming YouTube. As he is in the Red Bull today. He's going to look to try and get these guys a nice haul of points. First race for him in this series, so he's got a lot to prove. But at the same time, there's not a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Coming in fresh. So we've got 10 minutes of the session left as Sicky has retired. That's in sector 3. Not entirely sure where that was. Let's see if Positive Vibes can have a little snoop and see where that was. It's quite hard to actually crash out of this unless you make a huge mistake somewhere. And I can't see. It might have been on the inside of 13. That's where I've seen a few crashes before if they get it very wrong. Or on the pit entry. That's the other one. See green flags there. Does look to be a bit of damage in that pit wall, so maybe that is where he's gone off. Let's have a look at Wout for the moment. As I said earlier, he did win last time out. He got 3rd place in Monaco the week before that as well, so he's got a little bit of good form going on right now. He just needs to be able to convert that form into another win to get himself up towards Frank Honda. That's not a way to start a flying lap. Very wide on the entry as Unity's left the session. That's not going to bode well for him. So Wout starting his flying lap a little bit sort of off. He could have had a better run towards the line, but he'll be just happy to get going and get some time and look to improve. Coming out around turn 5 into 6. That can catch people out, that turn 6. So you just remember you need to lift a little bit or brake to get around it, otherwise you'll just go very wide. And that looked like a shift down there in the middle of the straight. That's not going to help him at all. Coming up towards now the chicanes of 8 and 9. Right. I think there might be something wrong with his gears, and he must be on the in lap because he's shifting around like there's no tomorrow. So let's have a look at his teammate then, just behind him on a flying lap. So Serok Som looking to get up towards his teammate up there. Serok Som did get a 2nd place first time out in Australia. Unfortunately he's then missed 3 races and hasn't really got much points since then. He's had a 7th and 4th. 4th last time out in Canada. See, I'm not sure if this is going to be faster because he's at 120 already. Frank Honda's getting out of the way nicely. I think, well, I've said this before, but that's very wide. He might have invalidated that lap. He hasn't pitted, so maybe not. But there we go. He does go faster, but not by much. 400ths of a second faster for him. Let's have a look then at Kimi further down. 3rd place in the championship. He's 2nd actually in Spain. 3rd in Australia, so he does have the ability. Unfortunately, a couple of issues in the last 2 races means he's just not been able to get much more points, and Unity moved past him in the Drivers' Championship, so Kimi at 128, 29, 30. He does improve, 0.3 of a second, so P6 then for Kimi. Let's have a look at his teammate. Where is he? Coming down the back straight now, down towards the chicane. DRS wide open. See if he picks this perfectly. A little bit aggressive on the inside. Not quite there on that inside for the 2nd corner, but as long as he carried enough speed through it, he should be alright. Now coming around this long right-hander, Rainbow Road. As you can tell by the way he's driving, the little flicks of the steering wheel gives it away a little bit that he is a controller driver. Nothing against controller drivers, I am one myself. Well, I say I'm a controller driver. I don't do much driving. It's just really fighting. Just 2 corners left to go now. Well, 1 now. He's run out of ERS, interestingly enough, and that's really going to hamper his lap. And he does improve by 6/600ths of a second. Not enough to move him up. So let's go on board then with not Max Thorn, because he is bailed out of his lap already. The Ferrari is 6th then. Let's see what he does. Coming around the final corner now. He needs to improve. He's done a 132.6. He's going to look to hopefully get in the 130s. And he's not going to. He does improve. Moves past Positive Vibes up to P9 then. But still needs to find a little bit more time, as Unity is the only man, I believe, to be on a flying lap then. Frank Honda still currently sitting top from Wout. Unity in P3 as it stands. Unity's been on the podium last 3 races along with his teammate, which is why Sauber are dominating it at the moment in the Constructors' Championship. Every time Frank Honda has, well, every race so far, Frank's either won or come second, so that also helps from that point of view. I wonder if anyone can beat him today. Only person, Max Thorn's beaten him twice, and Wout has beaten him most recently, so he's not invincible. Not by a long shot. So let's see Unity coming around turn 11. Looks a little slow, but might be it's just clean. It's coming round now, the long right-hander of turn 13. Into the final corner. Let's see, this is must be an installation lap actually. This is apparently it's taken him 5 minutes. It said an out lap on my screen earlier. It was an out lap. I got trolled hard. Let's stay with him anyway then, and let's see if he can put in a faster lap. He's hunting after a very low 130. Ideally he wants 130.0 something to get himself up the front. If he can hit the 129s, he'll be absolutely chuffed. So yellow says 3, not too much to worry about with the yellows in qualifying, unless you see someone retire from session, then there's normally an issue. It's coming now towards the chicane, very aggressive there on the entry, perfect there on the second one. Could have used a little more there on the exit, but that should do it for now. So we're coming up to Rainbow Road, the long right-hander. Very easy to catch people out this corner is. It's a little wide as well on the apex. And this is why the last lap looked slow, because it was an out lap. This is now looking a lot more aggressive from Unity. He's hunting that P1, or at least the front row so they can get the lockout Sauber. We've got just under 3 minutes left of the session, 1 minute 30 laps, so they're going to be looking to come out in the next, well, less than a minute now, probably the next 45 seconds. And Unity goes invalidated, I believe. Yes. So he's staying out. No, he's not. Well, that's one way of getting back. Not the right way, but that is one way of doing it. As Wout is in the pits. That is it for Wout. He is done for the day, I reckon. Because he's not going to be able to get out in time and put a fly lap in with only 2 minutes left on the clock. I do suspect that is him done. Let's have a look then at Serox Tom coming across the line. Is this the start? I believe it is. So let's have a look further down. Phalos. Phalos? Palios? Palios. It's got to be Palios. In the Red Bull, coming up to the final corner. This does look like a fly lap. He's at 124 already. He might get a place or two here if he pins the throttle. And he does improve. And he's in front of Serox Tom, up to P4 then for that man. So, Kimi, he is out on a fly, although No, this is an outlap, so nothing to worry about just yet. Max Thorn on outlap as well. Wild Wolf 1. Currently in mode 2. This, for hope for his sake, is an outlap. It looks like he's got some either really hot tyres or really cold tyres. He's got no grip whatsoever. So, 50 seconds left of the session. If they're not out yet, then they are out of the qualifying. As Kimi is out of the session. That's in sector 1. That might have been an actual crash. Probably not at this stage of the race. Qualifying, sorry. So let's have a look then. Wout is trying, I think Wout's trying to get back to the start line so he can get going. He's got 25 seconds to do it. Not really the correct way of doing it, as I said earlier. Unity in the garage. He is done for the day. Falios is done as well. Xerox Tom in mode 5. He looks to be on a flyer. Unity's, as you see, is retired from the session, so definitely done. Max Thorn then, currently on a flyer. He does have the pace. Let's see if he can deliver it though. Currently down to P7, much lower than he would expect from himself. Coming now around turn 5. So if they've not crossed the line already, then it is done. We're now effectively in overtime, with only a handful of drivers still out on track. Let's see who's going to be next. Frank Honda is in the pits. He's done. Belios is done. Xerox Tom, I suspect he is done because he's going to run out of VRS. Wild Wolf 1 up to P6. Great lap there from him. Max Thorn on his way. Let's have another look then at Xerox Tom. Definitely not doing a flying lap. So just one man left to try and set a time in Maxi Thorn. He knows he has the pace in Rosie. Rosie is the nickname for the Renault's cars, for those who didn't know. He's coming up towards the final corner now. Let's see if he can get a good line. A little aggressive there. That might have actually cost him. Unable to get the power down as early as he liked. And there's a car. Xerox Tom attempting to almost block Max Thorn by the looks of things. Not really the way of doing things, Xerox Tom, but Max Thorn does get P3, and I don't think anything he did would have affected his lap time. But we'll get a quick check of those final results in a moment before we head off into the race. So there we go. Frank Honda taking home the pole from Wout, Max Thorn, Unity, Fedios, Xerox Tom, Wild Wolf 1, Kimi, Sticks, Positive Vibes, Sticky, and Walnut, or Lucky Walnut, round the full lot. As you can see, I don't think Max Thorn's little deviation has cost him over a tenth there, so it shouldn't really be an issue. I suspect Xerox Tom will get a slap on the wrists. So, there's the qualifying dump. It's race time. Wonder what the weather has in store for us. And it's sunrise. That's one of the good things I like about this game, is that you can actually set random or certain start times for the race, and it actually makes things a little more fun at times. Particularly you can do a night Monaco, which is quite fun. Or you can do a day Singapore, just to mess with people's heads. But we're just now waiting for all the drivers to get themselves readied up and get themselves onto the grid, and we can get this show on the road. If they can do that quickly, that would be grand. So it's 5 red lights. And away we go. Decent start there from Frank. I don't want to be on board with sick of this. Let's move up to the front. Let's have a look at Unity then. Frank comes across the cover off well. Max looking to go down the inside there, but holding his ground in third place as Well, did run wide, and Max has taken the place. Let's go up to Wout, going side by side with Max Orland to go into turn 3. Max with the inside line, but then Wout's got the inside line of the second of the corner, but trying to come through is Unity. Max is still on the inside, but he has lost out there to Wout. Was in front at one point. As further back, Cyril Tom's on the back of Unity, challenging for P4. Up in front of them, Max is challenging Wout, as Frank Honda's already pulled out a second due to Wout's mistake on the opening lap. Is Cyril Tom going to look down the inside? Up in front, Max has looked down the inside of Wout. A little bit of wheel to wheel there. All fair enough was. Unity gets a little nudge there from Cyril Tom. And not a lot of position changes in all honesty on the first lap. There has been a lot of action as Max goes through the inside there of Wout and has taken it for now. Let's have a look at this battle. Oh, there's a spin in the background. As that Cyril Tom has spun with Unity. Unity obviously collecting himself much quicker than Cyril Tom. But Unity would have lost a lot of use out of those tyres with that slide. Not as much as Cyril Tom, who has dropped right to the very back. Unity on the rear here of Felios. Let's see if he can make a move. He doesn't get the drive out the corner. Heels after. Let's go back out to Wout, who's on the rear of Max Thorn. Max Thorn getting a decent start. Wout making a mistake on turn 2, allowing Max to come through. But wow, just like that, that was the mistake he effectively made. Got very wide as Cyril Tom has pitted. Let's have a look quickly. See if that's a nose change. Yeah, there it is. That is a nose change. That might explain why he went off. As Sticks and Sticky have a little come together. Sticks running wide to avoid Sticky. As gaps already starting to form, but further up, Kimi and Positive Vibes are going at it down this back straight. No DRS just yet. You get it next time around. Kimi moves out of the slipstream, sticks it down the inside. Through he goes. He's got to watch that cut back there from Positive Vibes. Positive Vibes can't find a way past him. And Kimi is up to P7 for now then. As Unity is looking to come back at Felios. And Wout was also on the rear of Max Thorn. Wow, a little bit out of shape there. Kind of lost a bit of time to the Welshman in Rosie. Just got to hold onto the back. You won't get DRS this time on the home straight, you'll get it on the back straight, which is in half a lap. So Wout just needs to stay with Max, while Max obviously just needs to pull away as much as he can. Wout will have his mirrors full of Fedos behind him. And that's the only saving grace for Max. As there you go, confirmation that DRS has been enabled. One stop so far, as you might suspect. Siki with those super softs looking to go long. Cyril Tom should be pissing again. Now he's onto the softs. They should go to the end. It's when these ultra softs are going to start falling off. That is going to make for a big tactical change. As Max is trying to hunt down Frank Honda. Let's have a look quickly at the fastest laps. There you can see Feos with the fastest. Max is faster on that last lap than Frank Honda. As well as looking, pulled out, couldn't find a way past. But Siki Positive Vibes have swapped places further behind. Let's go have a quick look at them. Siki with that DRS assisted overtake, and up into P8 he goes. But all eyes are on the front three then. Max trying to reel in Frank Honda, while Wout tries to reel in Max. And that gap is holding less than a second. Max needs to find a way of getting away from Wout if he wants to stand a chance. And both making little mistakes there into turn 13 on the exit of 12. It's cost a little bit of time for both of them. But crucially for Wout, he's still in that DRS. And Max, a little lock up going through the corner. Max looks like he's going in the pits. Nope, that was a dummy. Trying to sell the dummy to Wout. Wout now with that slipstream. Max with a little fake right. And holds the position for now. But Wout is right on the rear of Max Thorn as Unity has got past Felios and changes further back as first round of pit stops happen of Positive Vibes and Wild Wolf. Kimi picks up a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. That's not going to help him. stick with this battle for now, but also keep an eye on the battle happening behind these two between Unity and Felios. Felios, as I said earlier, this is his first race in the calendar season league, so he's going to be trying to get out there and make a name for himself as Max goes defensive, comes back to the racing line, which he is allowed to do. Oh, wow, with just the Max with a bit of lag, which caught Wout out a little bit further behind Felios, and Unity still holding that gap steady as well. Max's latency, I think, is not helping him here, as he basically just lagged almost in the front, and I suspect Max might lose position. He's looking a little out of shape on the exit there. So as you can see, when the bars appear next to their name, it means they have a little bit of latency, so the driver behind, be careful effectively. And that gap is still less than a second, which does mean he's going to get DRS. Actually, they're both pit. Wow, though, picks up a 5-second stop go for speeding the pit lane. That is big news in this race, and that is going to be music to Max Thorn's ears. Max, admittedly, is not known for avoiding getting penalties, but he'll be happy to see someone else getting a penalty. As just wait now and see what happens. Max Thorn leads them out. Unity's got the jump though. Wout falls back 2 places, and that is an immense pit stop from the Sauber team to get Unity out ahead of both Felios and Wout. But cold tyres on these cars, they're going to be susceptible to pressure, and these little mistakes that could happen now could cost them a lot. World War 1 climbing up to P7, followed by his teammate in P8. They World War 1 stopping a lap earlier than everyone else, but Frank Honda's staying out a little longer. And let's just have a quick look at the gaps to the leader. See Max Thorn has reeled in the time a little bit here, and there you go. So Max Thorn is 26.6 behind Frank Honda, as Wout's looking to make a move on Felios, but he tried to go down the outside, but Felios didn't move over as much as Wout was expecting, and Wout had to get off the gas. Just keeping an eye on the gap between Frank and Max Thorn. Is about 2 seconds when Max pitted. Will Frank be able to keep hold of that lead? He comes in now. Let's just stick with this battle for the moment. Sicky's going to take hold of the lead, as Max is about 10 seconds behind him. Nothing happening here. Let's go on board then with Max Thorn, see if he's gonna get close to the back of Frank. Sicky goes through. Let's see where Frank's on the exit now. Max has just come onto the start straight. It's gonna be close-ish. No, it's not. Never mind. It's not as close as I was expecting. But further back, Wout in Felios. DRS. Wout's look. No, Wout's not looking. He was there, but he didn't make the move. So holding on to P6 then. Wout losing those places in the pit stop has really hurt him here. He has the pace to be on the podium, but if you lose 2 places in the pit stop, you've got your work cut out. But speaking of cutting out work, he's cut out the flow over the rear wing, which means he's got more top speed. The drag reduction system is in play, but not in play enough, as he can't close in on Felios. Got that gap at just under half a second, and this is currently, as it stands, the only battle on track, as we are over the halfway point of the race now. We're coming to the end of lap 6 of 13, and yeah, this is the only battle. Felios looks to run really well. That's going to give Wout a good sniff of his engine, but Felios able to hold it back in onto the racing line. Look how close they are. Wout's got a good drive out of that corner. Is he going to go down the inside here of Felios? I don't think he is. No, Felios comes across to defend. That gap now is at 1/10 of a second, and Wout just wants a beastly drive off the final corner. A little over revving there as Max goes fastest of them all. Wout looks like he's got this. He's in mode 4 now. Pulls out the slipstream. Going into turn 1. They go side by side, wheel to wheel here. Felios holds on, and they both run wide. As well, got it. He looks like he has. Let's go on board with them. Felios right behind. He sends one down the inside. Takes it back. Great aggressive attack in there from Felios. And he's moved back up to P5. Well, nothing to say to him other than, crikey, where did that come from? Well, you probably wouldn't say that. He's not British. But he's got DRS, but he's now 0.7 behind after that dive into turn 3 from Felios. And that gap is now under half a second, but he's got the rest of the lap too. So Tom's stay goes from bad to worse. He picks up a 3-second penalty. Just a reminder in case you missed it earlier, Wout has a 5-second stop-go penalty from the speeding in the pit lane. So he'll have to add that on at the end of the race. As Frank has got up to the back of Siki. Let's try and make a move here. He's got the acceleration, he's got the DRS, he's got grippier tyres, and up he goes into P1. Siki then slips back into his slipstream, but unable to come at him. Further back then, let's go back to Wout on Felios. No, Wout's just still not able to find a way past Felios. Have a look at the quick ERS. You can see Felios has used a lot more ERS than Wout. Nearly half of what he's got. And Wout's going to hopefully have another go here down the back straight. See if he can make a move on him. But we shall see in a moment. He looks a little out of shape there as well. Felios is going to get a much better drive off that corner. As Max Thorne also gets past Siki. So Siki's obviously, as expected, started to fall back. He's going along on the super soft, so he'll be pitting probably the next lap or two. Change on some fresh rubber and try and come at everyone else. But he's going to come out quite low down at the end of the day. And Wout's unable to come at Felios. Half a second between them still. Wout's just got to hope that Felios makes a mistake. Wout is definitely faster, but it's one thing to be faster, it's another thing to make a pass. So we're coming towards the next DRS section. Wow, it's very wide on the entry there. Is he going to get that powered out? A little bit of oversteer there. Siki has pitted, so that's going to promote these two up. See where Siki comes out, that could be interesting. Don't think he's got the pace that Max gets a 3-second penalty in his pursuit of Frank Honda. That might hurt him a lot. He's just going to hope that Frank picks up a couple of penalties of his own. Oh, my neck just clicked. Wild with one on the back of his teammate as well. We'll keep an eye on that battle as it develops. So this one's looking a little... Well, it's not looking that much closer. It's 0.6 behind now with that DRS, but he's just not able to reel in Felios. And when he does, it's the end of the DRS section. Meanwhile, Wild Wolf 1 is still hanging around the 1-second window. Let's have a quick look at him. He didn't get a DRS that time down, I don't believe. But further up, Wout has got right on the back of Felios. See if he's just over revving it a bit there. Drop back just a bit. He was at 0.2, now he's at 0.5 behind. Big lock up there from both drivers. That's not going to help them. As Frank Honda still leading from Max Thorne. Max with a 3-second penalty. Oh, big lock. Oh, big bit of opposite lock there from Wout. That's going to cost him a fair amount of time. And add extra temperature to those tyres. It's not going to help him one bit. As Unity gets a 3-second penalty, that's going to be good news for Max, who, as I said earlier, did have that 3-second penalty. So he's now got a little less to worry about. And Wout is still unable to find a way past Felios. 1 also on the back of his teammates, still going to hope to make something happen here. But look at, wow, he's just not got the straight line speed to close in on him, on Faleos, as they're starting to actually close in a little bit on Unity. So you could see a little battle develop here towards the end. Let's have a quick look at World War 1. No, he's still not there. Sicky's trying to close in Xerox Tom. Sicky on brand new Ultra Xerox Tom on A-Lap Old Softs. As Positive Vibes and Sticks exchange places. Oh, a little bit of side-by-side action there from those two drivers. So just keep an eye on this for now. These two are going to be going at it. Positive Vibes looks down the inside. He's going to make a little bit of a mess of that corner as Sticks just able to get a nice lead over there. Positive Vibes trying to find an overtaking opportunity where there wasn't really one, in all honesty. Let's go back on board then with Wout and Faleos battling out. Faleos with a 3-second penalty. Now that's, well, it's not going to make much difference to Wout. It just means he now needs only a 2-second lead over there, over Faleos. He's unable to get that power down once again. These tyres are obviously causing Wout some issues. And yeah, look at that. Just can't close in with DRS on Faleos. He's right there on the rear though, but that DRS straight is not long enough for him. Let's see if he can make a move here. He needs first to make a little mistake, and Wout will be past him, but Wout needs to get past and get a 2-second lead over the Red Bull driver. Still as it is, the only battle on track, and Wout is hoping to find a way past. See if he can get a move here then. He's got DRS going down the home straight. He's closing in, but I don't think he's going to close in enough. So we are on lap 12 of 13. Faleos with a much better straight line speed. He's made a little mistake there. Wout's going to have a good little chance here. Is he going to send it down the inside into turn 3? He's looking, but no, he just doesn't make the move. Little tiny lock up there from Faleos again. 1 picking up a 3-second penalty. That might make a difference, but highly unlikely at this stage of the race now. Right, this is as close as Wout's been for several laps. Is this going to be the move that he's been trying to do for probably about half a race now? Pulls out, up he goes. Has he made it stick? Oh, they come close together. A little bit of corner cut there from Faleos, but Wout does move up now. He needs to accelerate away, get a 2-second lead over Faleos. But considering how hard he found it to even pass Faleos, I don't think he's going to be able to get 2 second leads. Faleos looking to come straight back at him. Oh, maybe he's done it. Wout has run wide onto the dirty part of the track. Faleos is back through into P4. And this is going to be another challenge for Wout. Although Faleos has run wide, Wout's going to have the drive off the corner into... We go into turn 12. Faleos with the inside line. Holding the position, just running his competitor wide, but then Wout does have the inside line. Wout's going to have DRS, interestingly enough, from this. He's got the position, and he has the DRS. He's on board with Faleos as he's trying to just... Wout does have DRS, but he's not using it. That's an interesting call there. Potential problem there. But we're on the final lap now. Wout has got past Faleos, but as I said earlier, he needs a 2-second lead, or Faleos to make another mistake. Wout, as far as I remember, only has a 5-second penalty. Faleos has a 3-second penalty, but the man behind quite often makes a few more mistakes in his attempt to close down the man in front, and he could rack up another penalty if he's not careful. Meanwhile, out front, Frank Honda appears to have this race on lockdown. He's got a 3-second lead already over Max Thorn. Faleos looks to come through, a little bit off track, and he broke really, and he's got into the side there of Wout. And has taken it pretty unfairly, if you ask me. He just broke far too late. Well, he broke far too early, then got back on the accelerator and broke again, but that second break was far too late. Unity picks up a 3-second penalty. And that's pretty much going to mean there's going to be no changes further up. Let's go on board then with Frank Honda. He's coming towards the final corner. And he's going to take home, barring any massive issues, going to take home the French Grand Prix for Sauber. There you go. And coming across the line, P2, Maxi Thorn. Followed by Frank's Sauber teammate Unity. So a good result once again then for Sauber. Velios picking up P4, closely followed by Wout. And there you go, Wout's penalty means he doesn't stay past Velios. Kimi then going to come home P6. His teammate Wild Wolf 1 currently P7. Let's see if penalties have a play on that. No, they don't. So it's on P8. Siki then going to be on P9. Sticks then going to come around the final corner. Should be P10. I don't believe he had that many penalties. If any. Positive vibes. And Lucky Warnock 2 McLaren boys are going to be 11th and 12th. Unfortunate day for them. And it always looks like Positive Vibes actually run out of fuel before he gets to the line. As he coasts across it. His teammate, Lucky Walnut, is wasting my time, as they always do. Just cross the line, please. There we go. So there we go, we'll get a quick final rundown of the positions in a moment's time. And I wish I had the champagne, but that lags too much. So there you go, full rundown of the positions. Frank Honda taking home the win from Max Thorn, Unity, Felios, Wout, Kimi, Wolf 1, Xerox, Siki, Sticks in P10. And then just missing out on points was Positive Vibes and Wild Wolf 1. So thank you all for being here for the Canada Season League French Grand Prix. Join us next week. We'll be in Austria. Thank you all for being here. See you guys next week.